back to another episode of The Stable. It's been a couple weeks, so hasn't really been any changes with the 86 right here besides kind of cleaning out the inside. Also found out that it looked like there was some kind of, where that sway bar is, probably rust before, and it looks like they did a crappy weld to try to fix it, and then they just spray painted that black. So it's kind of no way of knowing. At first I thought it was dirt because the whole thing was just covered, but once I pressure washed it all out, you could clearly see that somebody's been in there before. So not too bad. I'll probably end up getting that spot down there fixed up before the new engine goes in. We still have our other short block over there. I'm hoping that a guy actually reached out to me, so I'm hoping it'll be sold by this weekend. Today is Friday the 8th, so maybe Saturday or Sunday. But most important part about this video is we got Redback, and we are going to the track today. So we got Friday night drags going on, so this will be the first time me running the car with the suspension adjusted again, the K-member, and the sway bar off the front. So might be a little bit of a learning curve. I'm really not sure how the car is going to launch. I'm going to go out there and send it like I always do and see what happens. But I've been doing a lot of research and trying to figure out where to adjust the rear end and everything. It feels pretty good on the street, so I guess we'll find out with the track today and see how it goes from there. So if you guys remember the last update we did with the car, we put the K-member on. We had the oil pan gasket replaced and the oil filter housing replaced. And truthfully, I thought that fixed all my oil leaks, and it didn't. There was one more once I got it out in the other driveway and drove it around, came back, it had a small leak. I feared it was the rear main seal, and I didn't want to pull the transmission out for a third time this year because it's an absolute pain on here. Might be a little bit easier with the K-member now. But so I took it up to Curtis with Fame Garage, who did the rear end, and had him look at it for me because I was done at that point. I was like, I'm tired of turning wrenches on this. I'm not pulling trans out again. So he looked at it, ended up just being the oil dipstick tube was a little loose, which I didn't put this back on the jack stand once I seen that leak. I was just kind of fed up with it at that point. I had remembered cleaning the dipstick tube off where it threads into the block, so I didn't personally think it was that, but I also didn't verify and jack the car up again. So Red should be all good to go now. No more leaks. It's driving good. I've been driving around the past few days. We went ahead and aired up the front runners to max PSI. And if you guys probably noticed over here at the beginning of the video, we got two different sets of tires here. These are a Mickey Thompson ET Street, and these are the other ones I run, and these are the ET Street R. But over here you might be able to see the difference in size of the tires. So this one is a 26 by 10.5 16, and these ones over here are the 275 60 15s. So these are pretty much a 26-inch tire, and these are 28. So me and my dad been going back and forth and wondering, you know, if running a smaller tire, my ET should be a little bit quicker, and that with me having 373s in the back, that the bigger tire is actually knocking that down a little bit at the track. So with the smaller tire, it should be closer to a 373 in the back and help the bottom end or the low end torque of the car take off. So I'm gonna run them both today and see what happens. I ran these ones years ago, just when this car was pretty much supercharged, no suspension upgrades, no nothing. Crappy burnouts as always. So never really had a good 60 foot to compare with these ones. And these ones I've been running the past few, like 2 years now, and I like how meaty and everything they look. But if I ended up running faster, quicker, better ET, better 60 foot and everything with the smaller ones, then I might just try to get that same tire but wider that would fit these ones. Or what is being talked about with me and my dad is over the winter is putting a 410 gear in this car to see the difference. We've seen some guys online with similar setups at sea level. The ones who have dipped into the 10s have 410 gears in the back. And the ones who are on the verge of it, been running like 11.1, 11.2, they have 373s. So me and my dad have a theory that the 410 gears is the difference because a lot of those guys' cars are comparable. So that might be the plan with this one, just to see. But we're definitely going to test these tires. These ones don't look the greatest, but if you want a cheap drag wheel, the V6 aluminum wheels are great to go if you're trying to do it on a budget. So I ran those for a while, and we're going to try them out again today. So with all that being said, hopefully you guys are excited. I'm excited. Hopefully today's the day I dip down into the 11s. Hopefully nothing breaks. This is still a stock bottoming car, and we are still continuing to push it. So I've been scared for a little bit because, you know, I seen an oil leak. But everything's checked out okay so far with this car. Cleaned red up too, so looks pretty good right now. Did the wash, detail, wax. So red is all ready to finally go. So hopefully when I pick this video back up with you guys, we will be down at Pueblo. All right, guys, so we made it down to Pueblo. There's actually not that many people down here. Sorry if it's windy. We got the 26-inch tires on there, and we got the water draining out the ice tank. So we got 15 PSI in the back tires right now. The strange shocks and struts are set on 3 in the front, 6 in the back. So we'll see how that works out and make our adjustments from there. And we also got a small fan cooling off the engine, along with the ice on the head unit and part of the intake right here. So it should be all good to go. All right, guys. So yes, we finally got into the 11s. That fourth pass of mine when I went 12:02, I got my time slip back, and I just literally started laughing in the car because it was so close to being my 11-second pass. So I think the guy's name was Luke with the Cobra. He definitely made me drive, and the only thing I did different in that pass was I shifted this car a lot harder and a lot faster than I normally do. And that's literally it. So that was enough to get me into the 11s. It was still full weight. I didn't even bother taking the rear seat out of it this time. Just took it as is and ran it, and it did it. So super happy I finally got my 11.9 pass. Looking back at the footage, you can see on the last pass against the Cobra, the 1-2 shift, the back looked like it had some rebound to it. So the rear suspension still isn't 100% dialed in. I got my 1.760 foot, but I believe what it is now is if I still have them, where they at? They might be back behind there. But those purple springs I have, they're like Votland, something like that. I looked them up to try to see what the spring rate is in the back, and they literally say that they help prevent squat. And I'm trying to get this car to squat because that's going to help a 60 foot. So, yeah, we're going to change to a drag spring in the back, and then that should allow me to get the squat I'm looking for, because we softened the rear strut up, the rear shock up pretty much all the way. It's on a 2 right now. So at the end of the night, we ended with the front. The settings go 1 through 11. We set the front on 1, which is as soft as it can be, and the back is on 2. And you can see that the back still didn't squat that much. It helped to improve a lot, but it still wasn't what we were looking for. So that spring in the back, we have to change that out and get a drag spring in the back. So that's going to be next on this list for this car, and maybe the smaller pulley in E85. I'm pretty much done racing for the season, but this needs some routine maintenance done to it. The small oil leak came back, and then right behind the alternator, the water pump line that goes in there is leaking a little bit. So the intake has to come back off to fix that. But I accomplished everything I set out to do this season with this car. With it going 94 in the 8th, I thought I would have been closer to 120 at the top of the track. And I mean, 118 and some changes pretty close, but I would have liked to hit 120 as well, but the 11-second pass was good enough for me. So super excited about that. Outside of my uncle's car, at least here in our stable, this is the fastest car. My dad has run low 12s in his Fox back there, and he probably would have had a high 11 pass if he wouldn't have missed a shift back when he last raced like in 08, something like that. So this is currently the fastest car in the stable. So I might have to take that time slip, frame it, and just hang it up in here so everybody knows what they need to go get. But hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I wanted to show you guys, hopefully if you can see it here. So this is the current weather for Pueblo right now, the PMP, where we went racing last Friday. And you see that it's showing that the DA is 75.14 right now. The normal track is, let's see, where is it? Where is that? Normal track elevation is 49.13. So for this car, so obviously, you know, Friday night it was cooler, so I don't know exactly what the DA was, but with us normally racing at 49.13 feet above sea level, for this car to go 11.9 up here, that's moving pretty good for this car. So all I can say is I'm super excited. I appreciate all the help with my dad and my brothers and everybody else who has had a hand in getting this car to the point that it's at now. But I think we got turned up and go a little bit faster. So with all that being said, please be sure to like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next one.